Hello everyone, welcome to this new video where I'm gonna be talking about the basics of your DSLR cameras and some differences between the lenses. So let's get right into it. So the first thing on the list is ISO. So really what ISO means, what ISO is in the cameras, is the sensitivity of your sensor to the light. So really in daytime usually you don't need an ISO higher than 200. Otherwise you'll get a lot of grain, your pictures are gonna be too bright, and you won't really be able to do anything with them. But at nighttime, if you want to capture the stars, if you really want any detail, if you really want to see anything in your photos, you will want your ISO to be a bit higher. If your shutter speed is a bit higher, because shutter speed and aperture and ISO all depend on each other. The higher the ISO is, the more grain you get. So even if you want, for example, to take a photo of the stars, if you bump up the ISO too high, and if you're in a town area, the photo's gonna be blown out. It's gonna be too bright. You won't even see any of the stars. But as well, you will need to reduce the shutter speed down to like 2 seconds. And not increase it to like 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, and so on. So the light can come in for the longer time and hit the sensor. If you don't do that, you most likely will not get the photo of the stars at all. The next thing on the list is shutter speed. So shutter speed, as I've already mentioned, it can be higher or lower. Higher shutter speed would be 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 4 seconds, up to let's say 30 seconds. And those are all now long exposures. But the smaller or shorter the shutter speed is, which can go up to 1/8,000 of a second, which is actually a fast shutter speed. But the amount of time is short, if you know what I mean. So if you want to capture some movement, but you want to actually make it still, you would increase that shutter speed up to 1/8,000 of a second, or as high as your camera can actually go. My camera can go to 1/4,000 of a second. And I don't think that's bad. I wish it was better, but it's okay for what I did with it. If you're in dark situations, you have to decrease, not dark, if you're just in situations where there isn't enough or a lot of light, you need to decrease that. You just need to decrease that shutter speed. Otherwise, your photos are just going to be dark. It's just going to be pure blackness. You won't be able to see anything at all. And now we've come to aperture. Adjusting your aperture, you adjust how much light gets through your lens to your sensor, meaning that the smaller value that the f-stop has will be better, because you get better bokeh, better night photography, and what else? I think that's pretty much it, the most important things. And most lenses are the sharpest around f7, let's say, and if you really want to get the nice creamy bokeh behind the subject, you will need to get a faster lens. So let's say a lens that is 1.8, which I have. You will need a 50mm lens, 1.8, which from Yongnuo. The best lenses for bokeh really are 1.8 and faster. 2.8 isn't bad either, but it's not as good as 1.8, 1.6 or 1.4 or even faster, which is, I just love that bokeh, you know, it gives so much to a photo, especially if you're taking portraits. It just gives so much to it. I just love it. I'm a sucker for it. And I'll give you some examples of the photos and the bokeh that I have in them. And now I will tell you about zoom lenses and prime lenses, or fixed lenses. So fixed lenses are really just lenses like this one that I have, 50mm. It doesn't have zoom capability, but what I do have is usually better glass, better focus, and they're usually faster. So zoom lenses, they're usually less fast with higher f-stops, but they have that zoom capability, so you don't have to walk in closer to a person. But the loss there might be the fact that you won't have that nice creamy bokeh behind the person, behind the subject, behind the flower even. And that really sucks. You know, sometimes I just want to take a photo of a person and just get the nice amazing bokeh behind, but the problem is I don't bring other lens, you know? I don't bring it always with me, because when I'm vlogging I just use this zoom lens that I have right now. It's 18 to 55 millimeters, and I'm quite satisfied with it. I'm quite satisfied with the amount of detail I get with it when I record myself or when I record anything around me. I even do the filmmaking aspect of it, all the b-rolls, everything with this lens, and I love it. And not sure if you noticed, but I put on an ND filter, so I will also tell you what ND filter is. It is this. Do I look different? I might. So basically with this you get that amazing and better and just more cinematic feel to really pretty much every video you make. And it's a good thing to have this, you know. It can be a life changer and it can change your videos so much, and I'm just happy I got it for me at the right time. And I can tell you which one it is that I have. It is Zomei ND filter, and I think it has like, I think it's 6 or 8 stops. That basically means the higher you turn it, the less light is gonna go through the lens before it even gets to the lens. You get what I'm saying? So if I now increase it, I will become darker, and now you might not be able to see me at all. I'm going to decrease it. Now just decrease it to the minimum, and now you can see me better again. But still, less light comes in, gives you that nice and better cinematic effect. Thank you for watching this video, and I hope I'll see you in the next one. And as well, if you like this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe maybe, and leave a comment. Tell me what I could do better, what you liked, what you didn't like about this video. And again, I'll see you in the next one. Peace, and a happy new year, happy holidays. Hope you have a great one. See ya. Of density, that basically means that the higher you turn it, the less, oh shit.